Welcome back to ESL Easy English, the podcast that helps you improve your English with natural conversations. I'm your host, James, and today we have a wonderful guest, Allison. Welcome, Allison.
Hi, James. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
It's my pleasure. Today, Allison, we're going to talk about something very relatable for everyone: how we spend our evenings. It's that time after work or school when we get to relax or do things we enjoy. So, Allison, tell me, what does a typical evening look like for you?
Well, James, it really depends on the day. But generally, after I finish work, I like to unwind a little before I start thinking about dinner. Sometimes that means just sitting on the sofa with a cup of tea for about 15 minutes.
That sounds lovely. Just a short break to decompress. And then, do you usually cook dinner?
Yes, I do. I enjoy cooking, actually. It's a way for me to switch off from work. I try to cook something healthy most nights. I like to experiment with different recipes, especially from different countries.
That's fantastic. Do you have a favorite type of cuisine you'd like to cook?
Oh, that's a tough question. I really enjoy Italian food, so pasta dishes are often on the menu. But I also love Indian curries and sometimes Mexican food. It keeps things interesting.
I can imagine. And when you're cooking, do you listen to anything or do you prefer silence?
Sometimes I listen to music, usually something calm and instrumental. Other times, if I'm following a recipe, I prefer to concentrate and don't listen to anything. It helps me avoid mistakes.
That's a good point. So, after cooking and eating, what's next? Do you often watch TV?
I do, but not every night. We have a TV, and my partner and I sometimes watch a series together. We're currently watching a crime drama. It's quite exciting, but sometimes a bit scary.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's nice to have something to look forward to watching together. Do you prefer watching series or one-off movies?
I think I prefer series. It's nice to get to know the characters over time. But a good movie on a weekend evening is also very enjoyable.
Absolutely. And what about studying? Do you do much studying in the evenings?
Not as much as I used to. When I was younger, I always had homework or textbooks to read. Now, if I study, it's usually something for personal interest. For example, a few months ago, I was trying to learn some basic Spanish. So I would use an app on my phone for about 20 minutes before bed.
That's a great way to learn a new language. Short bursts of practice. Is Spanish something you'd like to use in the future?
I hope so. I'd love to travel to Spain or South America one day. Even just being able to order food or ask for directions would be wonderful.
That's a brilliant motivation. So, after dinner and maybe some TV or a bit of studying, how do you usually wind down for bed? Do you relax in a particular way?
I try to have a relaxing routine. Sometimes I'll read a book. I have a few books on my bedside table that I dip in and out of. Or I might listen to a podcast, like this one, but perhaps something more focused on history or science.
Ah, a fellow podcast enthusiast. That's good to know. What kind of podcasts do you usually enjoy?
I like learning new things, so podcasts about science, history, or even true crime are interesting to me. But sometimes I just want something light and funny.
I understand. It's good to have a mix. And what about scrolling? Do you find yourself spending time on your phone, perhaps on social media?
Honestly, James, that's something I'm trying to reduce. I know it's very easy to get caught up in scrolling through social media, looking at photos or short videos. It can be quite addictive.
I agree. It's so easy to lose track of time when you're scrolling. Do you have any tips for people who want to spend less time scrolling?
I think the key is to be mindful of it. When I notice myself picking up my phone without a specific reason, I try to stop and ask myself, what am I doing? Sometimes I'll put my phone in another room for an hour or two, or I'll set a timer for my social media use.
Those are excellent tips, Allison. Being aware and setting boundaries are so important. So let's recap a bit. Your evenings often involve cooking, maybe watching a series, sometimes a bit of personal study, reading, or listening to podcasts, and you're actively trying to limit phone scrolling. That sounds like a very balanced and healthy approach.
I try my best. It's a work in progress, of course. Some evenings are more spontaneous than others. If friends invite me out for a casual dinner, I'll often say yes.
Of course, it's important to have social time too. Do you have any favorite activities when you go out for a casual dinner?
I love trying new restaurants. My friends and I often find a new place we haven't been to before. We enjoy trying different dishes and sharing them. It's a very social way to eat.
Sharing dishes is a great idea. It lets you try more things. So let's imagine a specific evening. It's a Tuesday. You've just finished work. What's the most likely scenario for your evening?
A Tuesday. I usually feel quite tired on a Tuesday, so I'd probably come home, make a simple, quick dinner, maybe a stir-fry or pasta with a pre-made sauce. Then I might watch about an hour of TV with my partner. After that, I'd probably read for a bit before going to bed. Nothing too exciting, but relaxing.
That sounds perfectly reasonable for a Tuesday. And what about a Friday evening? Is that different?
Oh, yes. Friday evenings are usually more relaxed and sometimes more social. I might still cook, but perhaps something a bit more special. Or my partner and I might order a takeaway, like pizza or Thai food. We often watch a movie on a Friday night, or if friends are free, we might go out for a drink or dinner.
So Fridays are definitely more about unwinding and perhaps a bit of fun.
Exactly. It's the start of the weekend, so there's a different energy.
That makes sense. Now, for our listeners, many of whom are learning English, what advice would you give them about how they spend their evenings to help them improve their English?
That's a great question, James. I think the most important thing is to make English a part of your evening routine, even if it's just for a short time. For example, if you enjoy watching TV, try watching a series or a movie in English. Start with subtitles in your own language if you need to, then switch to English subtitles, and eventually try watching without subtitles.
That's excellent advice. The gradual progression is key. What about cooking? How can someone incorporate English into their cooking evenings?
Oh, that's easy. You can find recipes online in English. Read them carefully. Look up any new words. You can also watch cooking shows or YouTube videos in English. It's a very visual way to learn. You can hear the pronunciation of ingredients and cooking methods.
I love that idea. Learning vocabulary related to food and cooking. What about studying? Even if it's just for personal interest.
Yes, if you're studying something, try to find resources in English. If you like history, read history articles online in English. If you're learning a language, use language learning apps that are in English. Even listening to podcasts like this one, or podcasts about topics you enjoy, is a fantastic way to improve your listening skills and pick up new vocabulary.
So, it's about integrating English into activities you already enjoy.
Exactly. Don't make it feel like a chore. If you enjoy scrolling, maybe try following English-speaking accounts on social media. Look at posts with interesting vocabulary or phrases. But be mindful of the time as we discussed.
That's a very practical approach. And for those who find it hard to focus on studying after a long day, what would you suggest?
I would suggest very short, manageable tasks, maybe just 10 or 15 minutes. For example, learning 5 new vocabulary words related to your job or hobbies, or practicing pronunciation of a few difficult sounds. Consistency is more important than the duration. A little bit every day makes a big difference.
Consistency over intensity. That's a great takeaway. So, to summarize for our listeners, integrate English into your hobbies, whether it's TV, cooking, reading, or even scrolling. Start with subtitles if needed, and gradually remove them. Find recipes or cooking videos in English. Listen to podcasts about topics you like. And if you're studying, keep it short and consistent.
That's right. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning. The important thing is to keep practicing and keep trying.
Absolutely, making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. So, Allison, thank you so much for sharing your evening routines and your excellent advice with us today. It's been very insightful and helpful.
Thank you for having me, James. It was a pleasure.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us on ESL Easy English. We hope you found this conversation useful. Remember, your evenings are a great opportunity to practice your English in a relaxed way. Until next time, keep learning and keep practicing. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.